These aren't gadgets, these are advantages. Some of them shouldn't even be legal in certain places, but they are. And most people scrolling Amazon right now have no idea any of this exists. Every single item on this list looks small, looks harmless, looks like nothing. But once you understand what it actually does, you'll never leave the house without it again. LED Emergency Locator Puck. This looks simple, but it's seriously powerful. It's a tiny disc, but it throws a strobe signal visible for miles at night. Search and rescue teams use tech almost identical to this. Clip it to a bag, a car, a life vest, and in a real emergency, it turns you from invisible to impossible to miss. When used responsibly, this is the difference between being found in minutes or hours. Safety flare. Most people have no idea this exists in a compact, reusable form now. Forget the old smoke and fire flares. Modern versions are electronic, weatherproof, and visible from insane distances. Truckers, boaters, and hikers use these when a phone signal simply isn't enough. Depending on local laws, some versions are even road legal for emergency vehicle use. It's not flashy. It's a last resort tool that actually works when everything else fails. Multi-tool whistle with compass. Now this is where things get serious. This one item replaces 4 whistle, compass, thermometer, and fire starter striker, all in a piece smaller than your thumb. Search and rescue trainers recommend compass whistle combos specifically because panic destroys direction. This tool removes the guesswork before it even starts. It looks like a toy. It performs like survival gear built for people who actually get lost. And here's the crazy part. None of these first 3 even need batteries. Nitcore Edc FlashLight. This shouldn't even be legal in some places. The output is that intense. We're talking beams that can hit over 1,000 lumens from something the size of a pen. It's not just light. Strobe modes are used for signaling and for creating disorienting distance in an emergency, and the beam throw rivals gear 10 times its size. This is the flashlight people upgrade to once and never go back from. Power without the bulk. That's the entire appeal. Hat assumption is exactly why this one keeps surprising them. Runtime, durability, even water resistance are built to survive drops, downpours, and years of daily abuse. This is the flashlight people upgrade to once and never go back from. Reflective safety vest or band. You'd expect this to be weak. It's not. In headlights, at night, this turns a human being into a beacon from hundreds of feet away. Cyclists, roadside workers, and runners rely on this exact tech because visibility saves lives more than speed or reaction time ever will. It costs almost nothing and does more than most expensive gear combined. It's the most underrated item on this entire list because visibility saves lives more than speed or reaction time ever will. It costs almost nothing, and it does more than most expensive gear combined. It's the most underrated item on this entire list, and it's the cheapest. Emergency whistle. Sound travels farther than shouting ever will, and this exploits that fact completely. A proper emergency whistle can be heard over half a mile away, cutting through wind, traffic, and panic. Hikers, sailors, and even self-defense trainers push this as a first-line tool because it costs nothing to use and needs zero charge, zero signal, zero explanation. It's ignored because it's cheap. But in a real emergency, it might be the loudest advantage you own. And it needs zero charge, zero signal, zero explanation. It's ignored because it's cheap. But in a real emergency, it might be the loudest advantage you own. Personal safety alarm keychain. And this is the one nobody sees coming. A tool this small produces a shriek loud enough to stop a threat in its tracks and alert an entire street, instantly. Depending on local laws, some versions of these are actively recommended by personal safety experts over anything physical because they create noise, attention, and chaos in your favor without a single point of contact. It clips onto keys, it looks like nothing, and when used responsibly, it might be the single most effective piece of everyday protection on this entire list. 7 tools, all hiding in plain sight, all small enough to forget you're even carrying them, until the moment you need them. And here's the truth. This isn't even the full list. There are gadgets even more overpowered than these, the kind most people will never discover on their own.